Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, we are discussing chapter number first of class 11th of subject Sociology. Introduction to Sociology. Today our subtopic is nature of sociology. We will discuss in today's topic what is the nature of sociology, which kind of subject sociology is. Today we will be dealing with that. Let us discuss nature of sociology. Sociology as a branch of knowledge has its own unique characteristics. My dear students, the sociology has its own set of procedures, methods, and its own set of knowledge. It has its own unique characteristics as well, unique properties as well. It is different from other sciences in certain respects. The analysis of some characteristics helps us to understand what kind of science it is. When we will discuss characteristics of the sociology, we will come to know what kind of subject it is. Is it a pure science or a social science or something in between? Let us proceed. The following are the main characteristics of sociology. First, sociology is an independent science. First is sociology is an independent science. Sociology has now emerged into an independent science. Although before some time, some years before or some time before, the sociology was being studied with other subjects. It had not its own set of procedures, methods. It was not considered the separate science. Here, sociology has now emerged into an independent science. It is now treated and studied as a branch of any other science like philosophy or history. As an independent science, it has its own field of study, boundary, and methods. My dear students, now sociology is an independent science. It has its own set of knowledge, its own field of study, its own boundary, its own methods. So it's a separate subject. Second, sociology is a social science and not a physical science. We should understand here, we should remember here that sociology is a social science and not a physical science. It is not at par with other well-developed, well-established sciences like biological science, physical science. It is a social science. Sociology belongs to the family of social science and not to the family of physical science. As a social science, it concentrates its attention on man, his social behavior, social activities, and social life. The sociology deals with the dynamic nature of a person, of a man, and his role in the society, his social behavior, social activity, and social life, which is very difficult to judge as compared to other non-living physical things. So it's not at par with other physical science or biological science. Here it's simply a social science, like that of political science, history, economics, and like that. Sociology is a categorical and not a normative discipline. My dear students, I shall explain it before. What does it mean? Sociology confines itself to statements about what is not, what should be or ought to be. As a science, sociology necessarily is silent about questions of value. It does not make any kind of value judgments. Its approach is neither moral nor immoral but amoral. My dear students, what does it mean? It means that sociology is categorical. It studies as the things are, and it does not lay norms, or it does not lay these value judgments. It does not study what is good, what is bad. It studies things as they are, and it does not lay any statements about values. that is, it is value neutral, it is ethically neutral, it makes no recommendations about any social reality, it studies things as it is or as they are. The sociology is a categorical, it studies things, it studies realities as they are and not it how it should be or how it would be. So for sociology is a pure science and not an applied science. Sociology is a pure science and not an applied science. The main aim of pure science is the acquisition of knowledge, and it is not bothered whether acquired knowledge is useful or can be put to use. Sociology is a pure science because the immediate aim of sociology is the acquisition of knowledge about human society, not the acquisition, not the utilization of that knowledge. So sociology is a pure science. It acquires knowledge, it collects knowledge, it makes knowledge, and it inquires about the things, but it is not necessary that very knowledge can be applied or should be implemented. It depends upon the policy makers. It does not lay any norms or any procedures for the policy makers to use them. It simply collects knowledge and acquires knowledge. So fifth point, sociology is relatively an abstract science and not an concrete science. This does not mean sociology is an art and not a science. It only means that sociology is not interested in concrete manifestations of human events. It is more concerned with form of human events and their patterns. For example, sociology is not concerned with particular wars and revolutions, but with war and revolutions in general as a social phenomenon, as types of social conflict. My dear students, sociology is an abstract science. It studies things in a generalized way. It studies events and patterns as a general way. It does not study each and every event of the society. For example, it does not study particular wars. For example, Kalanga War, War of Panipat, or like that, First World War, Second World. It does not like that. It studies wars and other social realities in a general way and how these things impact the social life. So it's like that. Sociology is a generalizing and not a particularizing science. Sociology tries to find out general laws and principles about human association. It does not study each and every event that takes place in society. It is what I made you understand in the statement number 5. It is a general science and not a particular. It does not study particular things, or it studies things in a generalized way. Sociology is both a rational and an empirical science. There are two ways of approach to scientific knowledge. One, known as empiricism, is the approach that emphasizes experience and the facts that result from observation and experimentation. One approach to knowledge is that empiricism, where experimentation and observation is being done to collect the knowledge, to form the knowledge. The other, known as rationalism, which stresses upon reason and the theories that result from logical inference. That is why reason is being applied, while intuition and reason knowledge is being garnered through reason, and the theories are being made from logical inference. So it is both an empirical science and an rational science. So it was all about the nature of science and nature of sociology, where we studied it's a separate subject, it is an independent subject, it is a scientific subject, but not at par with the other biological sciences. It's a categorical science, it is a generalizing science. It's like that. So it was all about the nature of sociology. Saying goodbye till next topic, inshallah. Tab tak, assalamu alaikum.